Hello everyone, welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully you're having a great day. If you've been watching Larry's Anything Goes programming, you know that we are not only providing great financial intelligence content as much as possible by interviewing other financial professionals, professionals in the travel industry, real estate industry, etc. and so forth, but we provide various services when it comes to specific products that we sell, from anything that you would actually find on Amazon or actually at Walmart, etc. and so forth. And we are actually providing specific products due to today's current crisis and whatnot to ensure that we provide the right services and products that you need at a reasonable price when it comes to medical face masks, when it comes to hand sanitizer, and when it comes to latex gloves and things of that nature, and etc. and so forth, toilet paper, paper towels. But we have what you need. Also, family, don't forget that Larry's Anything Goes is a part of an affiliate marketing network known as Gold Standard Partners, where you have the opportunity to buy cryptocurrency and allow others to invest with you as becoming an affiliate marketing partner. And obviously, if they purchase a package with the program, you're able to make money off their package purchases and make money off of their crypto purchases and things of that nature. If you want to join, please follow the links in the description, and I'll give you a call as soon as you sign up and purchase a package, and we'll go from there. But definitely, it's all about the best way to make money moves is to have currency with one another and to ensure that currency is always being spoken of on all levels so it benefits everyone and not just one specific person. That's a lot of things that people forget about. So think about joining the program and we'll be able to go from there. But if not, either way, it's always appreciated. And thank you for watching, and hopefully you guys have a great day and continuously make money moves so you don't live broke like a fool. Take care. As you can see, with our various products, we have our financial apparel, as you see, wearing There's Anything Goes t-shirt, financial intelligence is sexy, face masks, latex gloves, things of that nature, to obviously ensure the safety of you and your family all at the same time. We want to ensure that you get the best products and see the actual products that we're actually providing for you, and giving you another view of not only the shirts and the medical masks, but actually another view of actual latex gloves and the actual hand sanitizer. Because one thing we've learned throughout this unfortunate crisis is that we have to take more precautionary measures to ensure not only the safety for ourselves, but for our families. And having a great pair of hand sanitizers, latex gloves, and medical face masks will ensure that safety. And with all that being said, hopefully you guys will check out our online store. We have the various products that you see here. With a couple of clicks, especially if you're paying via PayPal, it makes life that much easier for you to purchase our various products, especially during this unfortunate situation. You see the apparel from Larry's Anything Goes. We have the medical products when it comes to hand sanitizer, latex gloves, medical face masks, and things of that nature, and various other products. So please check out Larry's Anything Goes. Support small local businesses. We greatly appreciate it, and hopefully that you have a good day. How goes the family? How goes it? Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully, you guys are having a great and exceptional evening. Happy Black History Month. It is officially February. So I said, you know what? Let me kick off Black History Month on a positive note. Just, I'm nowadays, like I said, if you see my content lately, last 2 years, lost 4 family members. So I'm just trying to keep it positive all day, every day. To the negative people, you just get blocked. And, that's the beautiful thing about social media. It's easier to block people online than it is in real life. But that's why, it's like that's why moments like I was talking today at dinner about, how the pandemic was one of the best things for the introverts of the world like me, because it cut down a lot of the time around people that I had to be around. One, and then two, I was able to just cut the fat out of conversations and interactions and get straight to the freaking meat, or as the old school folks would say, let's talk turkey. But anyways, so it's Black History Month, and I'm going to read out the definition of what Black History Month is truly all about. February marks Black History Month, a tradition that got its start in the Jim Crow era and was officially recognized in 1976 as part of the nation's bicentennial celebrations. It aims to honor the contributions that African Americans have made and to recognize the sacrifices. So I think that's one beautiful thing. It's all, but for me, Black History Month is every month. I learned something new about my folks, whether it's here in the United States of America, Canada, Central South America, the Caribbean, Europe, Africa, wherever we are. I learned something new about them because I listen to podcasts and I read books. So that is one thing. I don't need a month to help me celebrate my people and my culture, the positive aspects of things. But it is nice to have a month, and I'm not gonna ever take that in vain. So that's just one thing I will say with all sincerity. But I wanted to just talk about, hey, how one should celebrate first and foremost. If you're parents, for my parents out there, I'm not telling you that a parent because I don't have children, but I'm glad that my mother and my other elders in my life as I was growing up taught me the importance of Black history, and not just Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King and I Have a Dream. I got to learn more about Malcolm X, Nelson Mandela, um, Huey P. Newton, the Black Panther Party. Um, I got to learn a lot about the ups and downs of the civil rights movement, slavery. The first book I actually ever read was a book that my mother bought me back when I was in high school, and it was called The African American Encyclopedia. And that's the first full book I still have it to this day to remind me. It's the first full book that I still have that I was able to read from page 1 to, I believe it was like 300 to 400 pages and whatnot, and to highlight history of African Americans. And it showed a lot of great accomplishments from lawyers, Johnny Cochran, to the astronauts. I forgot the young lady's name, who's the first Black woman who's an astronaut. Great accomplishments, Black business owners, politicians, et cetera, and so forth. So, but before I go, I'm going to go. I found this article that is a very awesome thing that's happening in the Black community from an economic and a business perspective. But I'm just going to keep it real and just get to the, as I say, get down to the meat and potatoes of it all. How do you sell? What are the best ways to do it? Well, like I said, for people who have kids, there's so many different great curriculums out here nowadays, especially because online, that can teach young Black kids about history and the importance of it all, the good, the bad, and the ugly, not just the bad stuff. Not just what the school system. Well, they don't really teach anything anymore, anyways. Outside of, I think at this point, the school system, the public school systems are only good for reading, writing, and basic math. For the ones who have curriculums that actually teach people by the time they get to high school actual job skill sets, then I give you a lot of credit. But outside of that, reading, writing, math, basic math, that's all. Unless one wants to be an engineer or a scientist, I think most of the school curriculums are just, waste of time. But that's just my personal opinion. That's how I felt when I was in high school. And I think it's even worse now because we live in the height of the information age where kids can just Google stuff like that. But I digress. Anyways, so that's one thing you can do. Number 2, purchase something at a Black-owned business at least once a week, every week this month. Go out of your way. I don't care if it's And if you don't, because I always hear the excuse, well, where I live at, there are no black businesses, but there are plenty of online black businesses. You can look them up. And if you really want the easy way to start with my business. You can check out my online Shopify store. But if you don't want to get mine, then check out the African American version of Amazon, known as We Buy Black. I've been buying from them from years before the pandemic. I think it was 2018, 19. I started buying from them, and during the pandemic, I bought from them more. And it's just they have their own products, and they have various other vendors. Excuse me. Jesus. They have various other vendors on there that sell a multitude of products. So definitely check them out. They're a very great, reputable company. I've been driven by their headquarters down stationed in Atlanta, Georgia. So definitely check them out. Okay. Another thing, there are black-owned businesses on Amazon. That's another thing you can take into consideration. But I'm sure that there's got to be a soul food restaurant, barbershop, hair shop, hopefully beauty supply store. I mean, heck, even like ironically, I supported a black-owned business the other day when I had to get rid of a broken TV in my house and whatnot. And luckily, it was a young brother that I went to high school with, and he has his own junk removal business. So it's a beautiful thing. So that's just something to take into consideration. I'm going to go to a soul food restaurant this weekend. These are things to take, and I'm going to get something off of We Buy Black. So these are things to just take into consideration. And if you know about Search for Uhuru, I actually bought his I haven't watched it yet, but I bought his documentary that he has off of his website. So it's something to take into consideration, family. All right. That's those are the main principles right there. And another thing, open up a black-owned bank account. Even if you only keep a couple $100 to $1,000 in it, and contribute just a little bit here and there. Plenty of black-owned banks nowadays. One United's the biggest one. You got Greenwood. You have Industrial Bank. Those are the main ones that I know of and have actually physically been to. So, except for Greenwood, I think that's more of an online bank. But more and more online banks. That's just what we're at today. So that's just something to take into consideration. Black history, supporting black businesses, supporting black banks. And then number 4, if you want to, see if you can go contribute to HBCUs, historically black colleges, or maybe from a monthly basis, set up a fund, set up something with them. I'm sure they have their donations, especially nowadays. It's easy to set up any sort of donations, especially if you're an alumni. I would imagine you'd want to do your best to contribute back to the school that helped mold you into what you are today. So those are the main things that, and then another thing, I really, really cannot stress this enough, and this is something that has been on my mind lately for the last week. When you see your friends now, that you don't have to be black for but this is definitely specifically for Black History Month. If you see your friends online, and if you're not going to purchase their products or services, if you see they're out here grinding with a side hustle or a business, do them a favor, like their content, share their content, and subscribe to their content. Because if you don't do that, in my personal opinion, then they're just nothing but a distant social media friend. They are not your true friend. I cannot, and I repeat, I cannot I cannot repeat that. I mean, I cannot overstate this on some realness. Okay, because it is a crying shame that so many people, so-called friends, okay, friends of people, they'll like and comment on all their hilarious stuff. They'll like and comment on all their personal pictures or family pictures and whatnot. But when they see that their friend is out here grinding with a business and a side hustle, they won't even do the audacity for the algorithm to just like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. So that's just another thing to take into consideration. Okay, that's another thing to take into consideration. Okay, another thing is before it was Black History Month, there was such thing. It was called Negro History Week before it was Black History Month. This I did not know, that I'm going to read verbatim. In 1926, Carter G. Woodson, the scholar often referred to as the father of Black history, established Negro History Week to focus attention on Black contributions to civilization. According to the NAACP, Mr. Woodson, at the time only the second Black American after W.E. Du Bois to earn a doctorate from Harvard University, fervently believed that Black people should be proud of their heritage and that all Americans should understand that largely overlooked achievements of Black Americans. Woodson, the son of former enslaved people, famously said, If a race has no history, it has no worthwhile tradition. It becomes a negligible factor in the thought of the world, and it stands in the danger of being exterminated. And I could not agree with that statement more. And the main reason why Mr. Woodson chose Negro History Week in the month of February was because Abraham Lincoln, whose birthday was February 12th, and Frederick Douglass, who was born enslaved and did not know his actual birth date, but chose to celebrate it on February 14th. Valentine's Day, okay. I don't even think there was Valentine's Day back in the 1800s, but I digress. But those two people were essential to helping to afford Black people the experience of freedom that they have now, says W. Marvin Dulani, president of the Association for the Study of African American Life and History, which Woodson founded in 1950 and today is official promoter of Black History Month. So that's just another thing to take into consideration. But it's really, it's like, hey, family, have these conversations with your kids, support Black businesses, banks, HBCUs, historically Black colleges, and support your friends, when they're, trying to get something going. Because I think that is, in 2023, my biggest pet peeve is that a lot of people who are my so-called quote unquote friends will not just like a post of mine or share a post of mine or subscribe to my YouTube channel, So it's like I'm learning more and more every day who my quote unquote friends are. So that's just another thing to take into consideration. But like I said, I mentioned the platforms. Then, of course, they maybe even contribute to on the most famous online Black schools. If you want to get yourself some extra financial education, this is something to take into consideration, family. Meaning that check out EY University. I am a student of EY University. Check out the Black Business School. I am a student of the Black Business School. Yeah, it's a great example. This guy, Trendsetter, he has his own tire company, and I believe he lives in Richmond, Virginia. No, Prince George, Virginia, which is a smaller town. He's from Woodbridge, but he has his own tire shop and whatnot. And every time he posts, I've never met this guy, but every time he posts something, I share his stuff, and I don't even have to let it be Black History Month for me to do it. But yeah, I share his stuff because I see my man is out here hustling and grinding. Okay. And I respect that. I respect the hustlers and the grinders and the money makers and the money shakers and the people who actually, just support me. So I greatly appreciate everybody who's ever bought from my store, liked my videos, been on my podcast, quote unquote, and subscribe to my content and shared my content. I greatly appreciate that. Any and everybody, whether we're still talking now or not, I truly appreciate you because you don't have to do that. So that's just what it is. I'm just gonna keep it real on that aspect. But so a lot of great things are taking place in the African American community. You have a lot of development happening, and one of the big things that are happening in New York. I'll start with New York City. I'm really just gonna keep it simple tonight. With Don Peoples, who's one of the richest Black men. Richest Black men, entrepreneurs, real estate investors, is actually he's got in partnership with other African Americans, they're trying to open up a actual tower, first of its kind, first Black owned tower in New York City. Tower building. Yeah. Because he's a big commercial real estate guy, and he's the announcement actually came out that it's called the Affirmation Tower, and he's hoping to build it. It's a dream of his, and it's a 2 million square foot mixed use giant across from the Javits Center that he says will be the most inclusive skyscraper in U.S. history. On the west side of Manhattan, just across from the Jacobs K. Javits Convention Center, sits 1.2 acres. So it's 1.2 acres, a piece of land the size like a gold dust in Manhattan, and Don Peoples has big plans for it. And I have nothing but love and respect. I've seen a lot of, hey, what's up, brother? I hope you're doing great down there in good old South America. Always greatly appreciate your support. Like I said, he's always contributed to the channel, comments on the videos, likes the videos. I cannot ask for more, man. I hope everything is good with you down there, brother. You know, I know you living it up, living the dream, especially not having to deal with this crazy cold weather that we're doing up here in America right now. Because even Texas is like covered in ice, you know, on some realness. But yeah, man, if you oh, okay, yeah, you still in Colombia, okay. Well, yeah, if you want to chime in real quick, I put the link in the chat. Like I said, you join that good warm weather down there. You know, it's freezing up here. But yeah, so he's got the tower, Don Peoples Corporation, Cheryl McCassie, Daniel, president and CEO of McCassie and McCassie, Craig Livingston, managing partner of Exact Capital, and Stephen Whitnoff, chairman and CEO of Whitnoff, have proposed a $2 million square foot mixed use development for the vacant site. So I wish them all the best in this endeavor, because I know that this is going to be yeah, I know my man said living a life with $1,000 a month. I know that's right. Yeah, it's like people don't realize there's so many people who are digital nomads that are living in other countries, quote unquote third world countries, and they are living a dream. It's like they're rich because, you know, they're not rich according to American standards, but they are rich according to Central South American or African standards. So there's a lot of people, it's not always. I've been saying this for a while. In the next 5 to 10 years, 20 years, that's just going to be a growing thing. It's not going to stop. You know, I mean, it's not going to be the passport bros kind of nonsense, because this is a guy that's actually living and enjoying the culture in another country and whatnot. He's not just going to living in another country to chase women. You know, he's not doing that immature nonsense. But there's just a lot of people that, you know, go move these other places, get married, raise families, you know, create different business opportunities, make money online. You know, it's a beautiful thing. So I'm not mad at that. But at the end of the day, I hope that this development actually takes place. I know that they've been getting some pushback from, I believe, the state government and possibly the city government in New York. But I do, at the end of the day, hope and know that everything will work out, because it's a mixed use building that is definitely needed, and it's nothing but love and respect on that aspect. So that's the main thing I want to talk about. And last but definitely not least, want to talk about this black-owned company that will bring 6 grocery stores to the south and west sides, where save lots, well, a bunch of lots that have closed and whatnot. They were going to revitalize them. And this is a black-owned grocery chain. I did not realize. I never heard of them before. It's called Yellow Banana. They received 13.5 million dollars from the city to buy and revitalize 6 grocery stores on the south and the west sides. They are all among 79 recipients of the city's community development grant program. Now, like I said, usually when I'm talking about politics, I always say it's not about your politics, it's all about your economics. So it means, are people getting fair access to the capital that a lot of these city and state governments shell out when it comes to businesses? That is the question. Regardless if it's a Republican or a Democrat, it's irrelevant to me. It's all about who's the contracts going to, the state and the city contracts, who is getting access to the grants, a lot of the grant funding in regards to businesses and things of that nature. That's all that matters. But anyways, 2 years after a grocery chain abruptly closed its doors on the south side of Chicago, a black-owned company will use the city funding to bring the store back to the community, and it's not stopping there. Yellow Banana, which owns and operates grocery stores under the Save a Lot name, was one of the nearly 80 companies and organizations to receive key funding in the second round of the city's community development grant program. Yellow Banana received the $13.5 million to buy and revitalize 6 grocery stores. And these locations are included on, I'm not going to act like I know Chicago. I've only been to the airport once, but it's including Auburn Grissom location, 7908 S. Halstead Street, that closed in 2020, and West Garfield Park location, 420 S. Pulaski Road, that closed in February because of its rat infestation. So hope they, clear that up. Yellow Banana co-owner Michael Nance stated that they are looking forward to doing this, and they will also rehab a Save a Lot stores in Morgan Park. That's on South Halstead Street, South Chicago, 28 and 58 East 83rd Street, South Shore, and 7240 South Stony Island Avenue, and West Lawn, 4439 West 63rd Street. The company will combine the city's grant and another $13 million in new market and private funds to transform the stores. And this is actually one of the decent things. Mayor Lori Lightfoot said that the effort will help fill food deserts, because there's so many food deserts in one of the quote unquote richest countries in the world. So I'm glad to see that more and more cities and states, regardless of who's running them, are trying to do something about it, because there's too many people who are happy with being unhealthy, and it's just insane. So I'll just leave it at that. But it is what it is. So that's definitely something I wanted to highlight. I think this is a beautiful thing, and I wish them nothing but luck. And I know that it's a process that it's going to take a while, but hey, when it comes to grant funding and things of that nature, and getting the contracts and assuring that things take place, it's all a work in progress. So that's really all I have for tonight, family. I just wanted to keep it real and keep it simple and to the point, because it's really simple when it comes to celebrating your culture. It's not just about learning about what happened in the past, knowing about what's happening now, and learning about what's happening in the future. But it's like I always say, who you spend your money with and who you bank with holds way more power than who you vote for. And that's something that a lot of people, when they hear me say that, it either gets them upset, or it makes them think. So I hope it doesn't make you upset. I hope it makes you think, because I'm not telling you not to vote. I'm not telling you who to vote for. I'm telling you that you spend, regardless of the situation, unless you're a homeless person, you spend money with people. You have a bank account on some sort of level, to get access to capital and the funds, and to spend your money. And, in the digital world, most people, get paid over the table. So it's just one of those things. So I just leave it at that, family. Okay. Who you spend your money with, who you bank with holds way more power than who you vote for. And clearly, another thing to take into consideration is that, supporting your friend's business and your family business, the goals and aspirations and dreams. Don't crap on people's goals and aspirations and dreams, especially if you don't have one. That's just because, unfortunately, you got so many people who are discomfortable and they hate to hear new information. They hate it. They hate it. They hate it. They hate it. They hate to have to think outside of the box. They hate to have to think differently. They hate it. And it's one of those things that I'm just like, don't crap on my dreams and I won't crap on yours. It's just one of those things. Don't crap on my dreams and I won't crap on yours. So on that note, it's time to call it a night, because I'm exhausted. Sorry for my yawning, but I've been going, my workouts have been very, and I've been going hard. So I didn't even think I was going to be able to go live today, but I'm glad I did. So as I always say, family, do it with your feelings. Like, share, and subscribe. That's all I ask for. Don't forget to check out my online store. Don't forget to check out WEBULL-acornscrypto.com. All those platforms, you'll be able to make some money moves once you sign up with them. And that's what it's all about. Another thing I did not talk about that you can think about investing in, because I'm not giving out investment advice. The Black Wall Street, Hill Harper, great actor, great philanthropist, and a businessman. And even today I added some funds to my account, and I'm waiting for those funds to clear, and I will buy some more crypto utilizing this app known as the Black Wall Street. That's all it is. It's called the Black Wall Street. Matter of fact, let me see if I can. Don't want you guys to see my information, but let's see. But yeah, the Black Wall Street. It's I'm in the app right now, so there's can't really see that. But anyways, check out the Black Wall Street. Phil Harper owns it. He's a co-owner of the company, and it's another great way for you to make money moves. Shout out to Fatherhood University, brothers out of Philadelphia. Shout out to EY University. Shout out to the Black Business School. Shout out to Jay Morrison and the Jay Morrison Academy down in Atlanta, Georgia. And shout out to everybody that's doing great things in the Black community, because it's unfortunate what happened with those officers down in Memphis. It was an atrocity. I don't care how you slice and dice it, they were all wrong. Any police brutality, anybody that wants to kill anybody that's not trying to kill them, you're wrong, period. I don't care if you're a person that's doing it to a cop or a cop doing it to a person. It's just wrong. And they were definitely wrong with this whole situation. So rest in peace to the gentleman who died, unfortunately. And but I want this month to be a month where we're highlighting each other in a positive atmosphere, and we're not just talking about the civil rights movement. We're not just talking about slavery. We're talking about investments, business, family, those things that are pillars of any community. Getting back to that sense of us is the most important thing that could happen for us right now. All right. That's why I love the turkey leg up, because it reminds me of my childhood, where it's just like, it's that old song. Can you remember when it was all so simple? You know, and that's why I can't wait to be in Houston soon. So turkey leg cut, I'll be there to support your business and to just enjoy the great atmosphere on some realness, you know, straight up and down. But that's where I'm at with it, you know, support your people and don't just talk about it, be about it. You know, so that's where I'm at. Thank you. You guys enjoyed the video, and let me know in the comment section if you have any other great ideas on how to celebrate every month. I pointed out the educational aspect, the economic aspect, the supporting institutions aspect, from, you know, even if it's your church, you know, hey, do what you do. It's like, you know, if you want to support your church outside of what you usually do now, I'm open to everything, as long as it's not illegal and as long as it's not unethical. Straight up and down. Okay. Straight up and down. So I'll leave it at that. But on that note, I am out. As I always say, make money moves, or you're gonna live, bro, like a fool. All right. So on that note, take care, and I'm out.
Mike, now.